Amazon sponsor brand ads. In today's video, I'll be covering all about it. So what are the different types of sponsor brand ads you can create? Is it a headline ad? Is it a video ad? Where do those ads appear, and all about it? So pros and cons, so stay tuned. My name is Igor and I'm the co-founder of Amazonia PPC agency. We've been helping Amazon brands scale their businesses since 2016. Sponsor brand ads. The first and most important placement for sponsor brand ads is this headline placement. So it's the one that everybody spot the first when they browse on Amazon. So I've tapped in hairspray for women and this is what I get. So Canva is really doing a good job of showing up over here and immediately telling the visitor that they are really important in the space. So even the small brand can decide to go aggressively for this keyword and immediately show up here. And when you couple that with the product launch, you can really drive a significant number of clicks. And if you did everything right on your product listing, you will see conversions. Now this is sponsor brand placement, then right below are the sponsor product placements, these first four. When you scroll down a bit, you will see also sponsor brand video placement at the middle of the page. This is it. It's really eye-catchy. It's a really great way to stand out among all of the static product images around it. And then at the bottom of the page, you will see additional sponsor brand placements. So these three guys are over here. As I covered in my previous video, there's going to be a sponsor display and sponsor products all over the place. Okay, let's start with the campaign creation process. As with any other campaign, we want to start by adding a descriptive campaign name because you want to be able to quickly go through the campaign list and immediately know what the campaign is about. Is it sponsor brand? Keyword targeting, is it sponsor brand? Product targeting, sponsor brand video, or any other campaign type. In this example, I'm not gonna go through all of that, but as an example, we can go ahead and add sponsor brand video and then add, if it's a keyword targeting, then we can go ahead and say, for example, exact match, and then say it's a branded one. And if it's a sponsor brand product targeting, I would go with SB-PT or whatever you feel like creating. Then you go ahead, add budget, select your brand, and similar to what we covered in sponsor display, you will have an option to select to use the CPC cost model, which is cost per click, or vCPM, where you pay Amazon a certain amount of money for every 1,000 viewable impressions. I don't recommend using that cost type because it's not precise and you're gonna get an inflated result. You will feel like your campaign are performing much better than what is the reality. So you will most probably go with the dry page visits. Next up, you will have an option to create to enable or disable the automated bidding. What this does for sponsor brand ads is it can automatically lower the bids for placements other than top of search. So by default, you will enter your bid. If you select the bid to be $1, that's going to be your bid for top of search. And if you enable this option, which is enabled by default, it means that Amazon algorithm is gonna automatically lower the bids for rest of the search placements and product display pages or any other placement they other than top of search. There's an option to set that manually and then say that, if, for example, if you want to decrease those placements other than top of search by a certain percentage. Additionally, you can even go ahead and increase the percentage for other placements than top of search. What that means in reality is that whatever bid that you set, that's going to be bid for top of search. And that's it. The maximum amount you're going to pay for top of search. And if you add additional increase here, that increase is going to be for placements other than top of search. That is rest of search and product display pages. This can be useful if you want to have more granularity and have one campaign with this option enabled and have top of search maximized, and then if you can create the campaign with all the same options and just have that campaign as a, let's say, rest of the search and product display pages campaign by setting a significant increase in the percentages here for other than top of search. Next up is the ad group name. Recently, I've started leaving the ad group name with all the details of the actual date and time that the ad group was created, just because it gives me more information when I actually created a certain campaign. But you can, that is because we only use one ad group per campaign in all scenarios, but that's just an option for you. Next up is to select the ad format. This can be typical sponsor brand custom image ad as shown in the example here, or it can be sponsor brand videos. We'll cover that shortly. So product collection, you can select it to lead directly on your storefront. Again, if you have your storefront correctly created, which you should, and there's a video I covered why you should create a proper storefront. And there's an option to have a new landing page. That is really useful if you only want to promote a certain number of products. For example, you select your 4 or 5 or whatever number of best sellers and want to drive that traffic to only those products and not any other. Or maybe if you neglected creating a proper storefront page. Next up is Store Spotlight. For this option, you need to have multiple pages, as it said, store on Amazon, but you must have 4 or more pages, each with 1 or more unique products. This option is, let me try to find you an example. I think I saw it recently when searching for Under Armour, under shoes, I think. Yes, so this is the option. Immediately from sponsor brand ads, you can select to have somebody who's interested in men, women's, and kids. Immediately, if they click men's, they're going to be directed to the men's subpage, women's subpage, or kids subpage, which can be pretty useful because you then immediately have people clicking where they want to end up buying. And last option is the video ad, where again you can select to drive traffic on your store page, or storefront, or some of the sub pages or product detail page. Let's first cover the product collection and then we'll cover the video ad. For product collection, next step that you need to add is where you need to add your products. Now, please know that you need to have at least 3 products to show on your new landing page. But I recommend not having only 3, because if one of those run out of stock, your ad will have issues. Either I'm not 100% sure, is it gonna run, or is it only gonna run and show you only 2 products? But I think it's not even going to run without the 3 products selected. You test that and let me know in the comments. So you go ahead and choose from your options here and add all of the available products that you want to target. Next up is the actual cost control, similar to what we've seen in sponsored display ads. You have an option to create automated bidding and let the Amazon algorithm dictates where you want to bid more or less. Here you can select to have target cost per click option and set that here and forget about a bidding in the future. Typically, I don't do that, but I strongly encourage you to test that out. So I turn off that option. Next up is to choose the targeting. So you can go ahead with keyword targeting and product targeting. For keyword targeting, that's just basic targeting that you have as any other sponsored product campaign. Now, what happened a few months earlier is that Amazon started experimenting with, we can freely say it's a sponsor brands auto campaign. How you accomplish that? You can accomplish that by adding these two match types that Amazon recently added. One is called keywords related to your product, to your brand, and the other one is keywords related to your landing pages. Now, both of these can have different performance based on how well you optimized your listing and your backend. I've seen different results from this. Most of them were driving a lot of spend, not that many sales, but that's up to you really to test does it work for your brand or not. What I do suggest strongly is that you do not add both of these to your single campaign. So you go ahead and create for testing purposes one campaign with match type keyword related to your brand and the other one keywords related to your landing pages and set the appropriate bid. Now, I typically remove those because I now want to select a proper keyword targeting campaign. When you add your keyword targets, I'm not going to go through that in details because you probably got that figured out by now. When you go down, you can have your negative keyword targeting. What I suggest here, if this was a generic campaign where your terms included that do not include your brand name, then you should negate your brand name in phrase. If this was Under Armour generic campaign, then it would consist of keywords like running shoes for men or whatever, but not Under Armour. So you want to exclude brand name here. So you would go ahead and add it Under Armour and add that as a negative phrase. Why phrase? Because you want to exclude any other keywords that have Under Armour inside. And you just hit add keywords and you completely finished all the work related to the excluding your brand name. Next up is to create an ad. The fun part. You should add your logo, which is strongly advised to do that. Then you should add your brand name, your products, your headline. With headline, if you're not that creative, any AI tool can help you with that, to do that in any language that you want to use. If you're interested in that, I can cover that as a separate video. Next up is the custom image, which is now a requirement that you need to have in order for your sponsor brand ad to run. When you go to your custom image, you will see specifications on the dimensions and size of the image that you can use. It's very important to know that you cannot add your logo or your product image as you used on your like default white background and the product in front of it, but it needs to be a lifestyle photo. So use these image specifications and send that to your designer to provide you with graphics. When you add that, you will have nice fancy little picture over here as every other brand owner. That typically, yeah, so that covers creating a custom image sponsor brand ads. Let's go back and now select sponsor brand video. You can select to drive products to the storefront or product detail page. Let's select that as a storefront. You have your cost control. Okay, when we select the storefront, we don't have the ability to add the creative. So let's do a product detail page, and similar to what we did previously, we're gonna add, just for the sake of the test, add our products. The important difference between targeting with custom image, sponsor brand custom image ad, is that with product collection, you can drive your traffic to the custom landing page, while with the video ad, if you select product detail page, there's only a single product that you can target with the sponsor brand video. There's again cost control. I disable that, and you can also, even with the video, you can select is it a sponsor brand video for keyword targeting or product targeting. Similar options with keywords related. Similar options with the negative keyword targeting, and then we are again down to the ad. Product is automatically added, but for video also you need to check your guidelines and send this to your designer to create a proper video that's going to be eye-catchy. Important note for sponsor brand videos, they automatically run on mute. If somebody is watching your ad on their mobile phone, which most probably is going to be the case, if you don't pay attention on the actual video and provide clear guidelines to your designer, you're going to end up with useless video. Video needs to catch attention in the first 1 to 3 seconds. So that must be something that's eye-catchy, that stops scrolling, and somebody would feel like they want to actually see what's the video about. So don't include your product at the end of your video. It's best to include it at in the first 5 seconds of the video. So make sure to use that. An additional note, it's very important to have an overlay text, because most of the people won't be able to unmute it and play it out loud just to see an ad. Nobody does that. Nobody. You need to have an overlay text. What I mean by that is that take a look at the video at the middle of the page. Okay, take your style to the next level. This is the overlay text that clearly explains what the product does, and it provides more information to that. If this wasn't the case, imagine there's no text. We're just a bunch of ladies with different eyebrows posing and holding some product. You wouldn't know what's going to happen with that and what's the use case. So pay attention to that. Add overlay text. Make sure it is visible on mobile. Let's test that. On Chrome, you type Control Shift and I and hit the refresh button. Make sure to have this option toggled here. So toggle device bar, and then you can simulate how the search results page look on mobile. So this is the ad. Okay, I wanted to check if the text is visible enough even on mobile. That's most important thing. Yeah, it's very good. Please note again, since we're on mobile, that on mobile you have infinite scroll. It's not like you're gonna get to the end page. So you will see that whoever uses sponsor brand video, it's gonna stand out from the competition. So all of these guys, just a bunch of different colors, and if you keep scrolling, again, video, this is it. So eye-catchy. Text too small, they need to improve that, maybe add some outer shadow so it's clearly visible even on the bad background. This is again sponsor brands ad, so you get the point. Let's go back to the campaign creation process. Okay, let's turn off the mobile simulation. Pay attention on mobile optimization. It's the most important thing that you can do for your brand and for your conversion rate optimization. That would be all for sponsor brand campaign type. It's really important to have it set up. It's really important to protect your brand. I've seen complaints on Prime Day that brands were complaining that some competitor had more aggressive sponsor brand headline ads than them, and they were stealing market share from the original guys, even on brand name. So somebody typing Canra, somebody else was bidding on that. Let's try and see if Canra is protecting themselves. Canra. Okay, they're doing an okay job at it. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. Let me know if you need any further clarification in the comments, or if I missed something, or am I wrong with about something, and I'll be glad to help you out with anything you need. If you need further explanation or you want to cooperate with us, you can contact us over our website, amazoniappc.com. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.